up, guys? It is me, girl Shant'e, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, then welcome to the channel. If you are new, scratch that, welcome back, period. Y'all, I told y'all I was gonna do a little mini high school series because I had a lot of story times in high school. Like, I guess I was just trying to push out everything that had happened after I graduated, because baby, a lot was happening, okay? But this story time, I'm just gonna get straight into it because I know that's what y'all came for. This is my first school fight ever. High school fight, but school fight ever. Like, and I didn't even fight in the school. We fought outside the school, but you know what I'm saying. So let's just get into it. So I was in high school, of course, and I was dating this guy, and I should have been dating him because he was just too known around the school. And that's rule, my number one rule: do not date somebody known, because it's gonna blow you. Like, it's really gonna wholeheartedly piss you off, and this pissed me off. Okay, so boom, started dating him or whatever, and I was in this class with a couple of girls or whatever. I'm gonna really call the main character, I'm gonna call her Snake, but then I'm gonna call the other two A and B. So me, Snake, A, and B used to be in third block together, and I used to confide in them about my relationship. Like, I used to ask, you know, am I wrong? Like, am I doing too much? Am I tripping? They would literally watch, like, our relationship was cute because he would like walk me to class, he'll walk me wherever, he'll come to lunch, he'll eat lunch, he'll go get my tray. Like, it was a cute relationship. So I see why Snake tried to snake me about it. But yeah, anyway, so boom, one day I had asked them, because I was telling them, like, I was just talking to them about breaking up, I guess, like, because I was just kind of over the relationship at this point. So I was just talking to them about breaking up and stuff like that, and I was just asking, in particular this day, I was asking Snake. So I was just like, you think I should break up with him? Because at this point I just feel like I just can't do the relationship with him no more. Like, I feel like he be flirting with too many girls, it be too many females around, it just be too much going on. Like, I just feel like this is overwhelming for me, because he was an upperclassman, so it was a lot. Like, being an upperclassman, well known, and then you talking to me who's like a freshman, so it's kind of like, is it really, you know, worth it? So I'm just like, I think I'm gonna just break up with him. So she like, yeah, if you feel that way, then yeah, I would definitely, you know, break up with him, because if you feel like, you know, you want to dip, you want to leave, then I feel like, you know what I'm saying, do what you do. So I'm thinking, you know, as a friend, now mind you, she tried to throw that we wasn't really close like that up, but if I'm confiding in you in my friendship, come on now, we're close. So boom, we broke up. We ended up breaking up. So like, I want to say a couple of weeks later, it wasn't even long, y'all. That was the crazy thing, that wasn't even long. I hear in the streets, one of my homegirls was like, oh yeah, you know Snake and I'm gonna call him Cashew. Snake and Cashew talking. Snake that sit across from my table? Yeah. And Cashew that I used to date? Yeah. Okay. Boom. So I go and I asked her, like, we sitting at the table one day, and I was like, so you and Cashew talk? So, no, wait, pause. I went to A and B, and I was like, do y'all know that Cashew and Snake talk? And they was like, no. Like, they just as shocked me. They're like, no. Like, they wholeheartedly did not know. They like, no, especially A, because she was like my little sister. So she like, no, are you dead serious? Like, are you dead? They really talk, so they like, nah, that's lame. Like, all I said at that table and listen to you vent about this man and this, that, and the third, and she gonna go behind your back and date this man? That's crazy. Boom, y'all. I'm like, well, I'm gonna just address her when we get to class. So they like, so my little sister, she do not like confrontation at all. She really kind of like a peacemaker, so she was trying to figure it out. But at that point, she like, I really can't, because that was some flaw. Like, you literally snaked this girl. Like, you literally was sitting here listening to this girl tell her story about this man, and you went and literally dated this man by her back. So she just like, yeah, you ain't got no choice but to address her in reality. So boom, we all sitting down, and I sat down, and Snake kind of was just on some, what's up, hey y'all, on some regular. She like, why everybody quiet? So I'm like, well, do you and I just got straight to the point. I'm like, well, do you and Cashew talk? And she was like, I really wanted to talk to you about that privately, but everybody ended up finding out. But yeah, we talked. And I was just shocked, because these two, they kind of backed their chairs up like, oh, it's finna go down. So I'm like, huh. All I said was, okay. And she was just like, I mean, we could talk about it if you want to talk about it. I was like, what are we really talking about? Like, what are we chopping up about? When you literally, I said, you used to watch this man take me to class, do this, that, and the third. I looked at you as a friend and you go behind my back. I said, so is that why you wanted me to break up with him that day? And she was like, no, that ain't it. We just started talking about y'all relationship, and then me and him just kind of started liking each other. Y'all was talking about our relationship for what? Because when were you even talking to him? Like, when did y'all become so close in it? Yeah, because the math ain't mathing to me, sweets. So boom, my homegirl, I'm gonna call her Bruiser, because yeah, that's a hard body right there. That's my dog. But anyway, so Bruiser, I'm talking to Bruiser about the situation. Bruiser like, what? No, you need to fight her. I ain't gonna cap. If Bruiser wouldn't encourage me to fight, I wouldn't have fought this girl. Like, I would have just chunked her off. Like, me, I'm the type of person where I will not with you. Like, I won't say nothing to you, like, at all. I won't talk to you. But fighting, Bruiser encouraged it. She was like, no, you need to fight her. No, because Snake was also an upperclassman. So it was just like, she kind of was trying to set a tone too. Like, you ain't gonna let no upperclassman try you, because they're gonna keep trying you. So, and Bruiser is lower class. She with me. We both freshmen. So anyway, she like, no, you need to fight her. You need to fight her. Forget that. After school, we fight her. I don't want to hear that. So she like, okay, bet. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So we walking home. Me and Snake stay in the same neighborhood. So, well, me in the same apartment complex. So we started walking home. So I was walking behind her. So Bruiser was walking home with me. So she was like, I was like, Snake. And she was like, what's up? I was like, yeah, we finna fight. Like, we gonna fight. So she was like, okay, you wanna fight? And I was like, yeah, we gonna fight. So boom. I ended up running into one of my old homegirls' mama or whatever. We had some ghetto homegirls, and I love my ghetto homegirls, okay? Because they mamas ain't play. I love my hood friends, period. So her mama was like, oh, don't worry about it. So she told me I had braids in my head, so she braided my hair all the way to the back. She was like, let me braid your hair, because ain't nobody gonna pull my baby. She really thought of us as her children too. So she was like, and don't fight till I get back, because I'm finna get all my folks. One thing I can say about this particular girl that we used to hang around, this homegirl, her folks ain't, they was TTG. They ain't care. Like, they gonna show up like a pack. Like, yeah, like, so, but I didn't really have time to wait for her to go get her family. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna come back outside. So I went and I changed my clothes or whatever, and she braided my hair. I changed from my school clothes to, I remember what I had on specifically to this day. I had on this colorful floral crop top, this floral tank top, and then I had some orange pants, and I had some Nikes. So my homeboy, he was really my next door neighbor, but we locked in. Like, we locked in. Like, his family, my family, we all locked in together. Like, we family. So we ended up growing a bond. So he like, oh no, I'm going out there just in case it's some niggas, because that, like, I ain't gonna lie, any of you niggas ever try me, I'm calling them niggas on sight, because them niggas is crazy. But they crazy. So he ended up calling one of his cousins too, who drove, and then it was me, Bruiser, which was my homegirl, and then my homeboy, and then his cousin. We all went, and then her sister, it was a bunch of them niggas. Like, but see, the thing about it is, what they ended up telling me after the fight was they was known for jumping. So when I went and fought her, when they found out I fought her, they was really shocked that how everything had went down, because they just like, dang, like, they really known for jumping. But I'm gonna tell y'all why. So boom, here we go. So she was like, she come outside, you know, rowdy. Me, I'm not the type to get rowdy at all. Like, I'm not the type to get rowdy at all. I'm coming out here to fight, so let's do it. So she put her body on. She's like, yeah, you want to fight, 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 you want to boop. And as soon as she said fight one last time, I just literally clicked out, boop, and I boxed her and her bonnet flew. So we fighting. I'm talking about we scruffling. Somehow or another, I ended up tripping over my feet and I fell. I fell like this. But I knew at this point what I'm not gonna do. If I'm on the ground with somebody, I know she gonna take her legs and she gonna pin them right here. So I'm not gonna have no access to do nothing. So the best bet for me to do is turn on my back. So for somehow or another, as soon as I fell like this, I flipped on my back. So that way I could stand up and push her off. So at this point, she on top of me, she was like, yeah, you wanna fight, you wanna fight. So in my head, I'm like, why is she not hitting me? But I'm like, God, I'm really grateful that she not hitting me, because if she mess up my face, I'm gonna be pissed off going to school. So boom, she hit me. So her sisters and them had pulled her off of me. So we squared up again. Boom, 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 boom. We fighting. I'm whooping her ass. We fighting. As we got each other hair, her sisters and everybody else she was with grabbed. They was trying to put their hands in, and that's when everybody was saying they known for jumping. They tried to jump in, but my homegirl Bruiser ended up Bruiser, my homeboy, and his cousin was like, fuck no, ain't no jumping, ain't no jump. Like, they ain't care. It was a bunch of them, and it was only 4 of us. So we didn't really give a, we not going for that. What we're not gonna do is jump. So what happened was Bruiser and Snake's sister ended up getting into it. And when I tell y'all, if I had that video, bro, Bruiser really ragtagged this girl. I'm talking about, my friend is a freshman. This girl's sister is a grown lady, and they about the same weight. I'm talking about Bruiser thrashing this girl, like slinging her left or right. Like, if y'all ever see Bruiser fight, I wish I had one of Bruiser fights in my old phone. If I had my old iPod, I'm telling y'all, that girl would have went viral for fighting. I'm telling you, that girl is crazy. That's why I kept her by my side for a long time, because she crazy. But anyway, so they fighting. Now, the one thing that ticked Bruiser off, that really grind her gear, was that Snake's sister ended up spitting on Bruiser, and it got close to Bruiser's mouth, and she was livid, y'all. When I tell you livid, she was livid, baby, livid. Boom. So she literally got inside my homeboy cousin car and was literally trying to put that thing in park to run all of them over. So we had to literally pull this girl out the car because she was pissed off. Like, she don't mind fighting, but you spit and it got close to her mouth. She was like, "You spit in my motherfucker, I'm finna kill you. On my life, I'm finna kill you. I'm finna kill you." So it took us about a good strong 15 to 25 minutes to calm her down, because once she hype, baby is hype. Ain't no coming down off that hype. She's crazy. So boom, we ended up calming her down. The fight ended up being over. We ended up going home. And it was so funny to me because I felt like the fight was me win. I kind of felt like it was 1-1. I feel like she got the first round because she got me on the ground, but she did not hit me. So as far as getting me on the ground, you got that. But as far as connecting and hitting you, I whooped your ass. Simple. You get home or whatever, and I was just like, bro, this is crazy. Now I gotta go to school the next day, and we're gonna talk about this fight. I know this fight finna be talked about. Nobody recorded it, but I know it's finna be talked about. By the time I got to school, the whole goddamn school knew that we had gotten to a fight. And it was so crazy because I didn't say nothing about it. I never posted about it. I had posted something on social media, but it was not even pertaining to her. So we get to school, the whole damn school found out about it. The officer who I was cool with, the police officer who I was cool with, he was a cool police officer in school. He ended up finding out about it. Bruiser ended up coming to me and she was like, "Oh, they said they supposed to be jumping you when you go to 3rd block." Because remember I told y'all we had 3rd block. I was like, oh, okay, because she had a best friend. Snake had a best friend to go to school. So she was like, they supposed to be jumping you. She was like, do not go to 3rd block without me, because if they jump you, I'm gonna be pissed. So my best friend said the same thing. My best friend and Bruiser like, nah, that's what we not finna do. So boom, I didn't even get to go to 3rd block because by the time the bell had rung, the police officer came and pulled me out because he had already knew about it, I guess, that we supposed to be fighting. So I'm like, bro, now I'm finna get in trouble. Now my mama finna know that I done happened in school fight, because my mama didn't know about the fight. So mom, if you see this now, there you go. So boom, we literally was like Shant'e, come here. So I'm like, oh Lord. So we went and we sat in the office. Bruiser already in the office waiting on me. She pacing back and forth. She's like, yeah, I don't know who snitched on us, but one of them snitched, one of them snitched, one of them snitched, one of them snitched. So boom, we just sitting in class and they was downstairs waiting on us, I guess, at the at 3rd block, but we never got to 3rd block. So boom, the officers told Bruiser to go back to class, but I had to go to the front office to sit with the principal. So I walked in, and Snake sat right here. So we sat down or whatever, and she's a senior. So we sat down, and the principal was just on so what happened? So I was like, well, if you really want what it is in a nutshell, she started talking to the dude that I was talking to after I started talking to him. So he was like, well, you know, are y'all friends? And I was like, well, I thought so, because we used to sit in class and she used to watch him do stuff for me, and I used to confide in her, tell her about a relationship. She used to give me advice back, all of that. So what he had told me, he was like, just because you think they're friends, they're not your friends, so believe that. And he said, and that's really, you watched her suffer in a relationship and you gonna go behind her back and go talk to the same dude that she was suffering with? He was like, that don't even make sense. So he said, and then what got me is, why did it, if y'all fought outside of school, how did it get back to the school? I said, well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, because I don't even know why we in this office. I said, well, word on the street is she was supposed to jump me when we went back to class. So he was like, well, did you lose the fight if you trying to jump her? No, I ain't lost the fight. He said, well, it sounds like you lost the fight to me if you coming to bring it back to school, because if you had already fought, you should have left it right there in the streets, because it never got back to school. I said, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm trying to tell the same thing. If you won the fight, I hope that's not what you're telling me, you won the fight. But clearly, you know you didn't win the fight, because you around here telling me telling people that you want to fight again, which I'm fine with. You want to do it in school, we can do that too. It is what it is. I'm on whatever you want at this point. Like, you want to throw down in the principal office, we can do that too. Like, it is what it is at this point. So boom, she was just like, nah, she posted on social media and said da 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 da. So this girl, it's so crazy. This girl had my whatever I had posted on Facebook screenshotted, thirsty to get to the principal. So the principal like, this don't say nothing about wanting to fight. It don't make sense. So he was like, my thing is, you over here fighting a lower classmate, you should be worrying about graduating, because from what he put her business out, y'all, but I ain't gonna tell her business, because yeah, he was just like, yeah, you might want to focus on graduating. That's what you might want to focus on. He said, because what I can do is stop you from walking. He said, I can suspend her, but you will get left back and you won't be walking. He said, that's what you want, let me know, because I'll go ahead and let that happen. So she was like, nah, I'm not even worried about that, it's not even worth it, da 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 da. So he walks out the office or whatever, and we sitting there. So he was like, well, both of y'all sit in the office, I'm gonna send y'all back to class or whatever, and I don't want to hear nothing else about it. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So we sitting in the office. I'm not saying a mother freaking thing, because I don't with you, because you lame. So I'm just sitting there, I'm on my phone chilling. She was like, so Shant'e, you really, this what we really doing? So I'm like, girl, what is you talking about? She was like, I don't even talk to him no more, or whatever the case may be. We got into it, but you really, like, we took it all the way here. I'm like, no, you took it all the way there. You shouldn't even have talked to the man. Like, now you want to apologize? Be for real. So she was just like, I said, and then you want to sit here and fool up with a guy who tell me everything that she's telling you. He done already told me. Y'all, I kid y'all not. We sit in there, y'all. I pulled my phone out and show her everything this man was texting me. Why the was it copied and paste? Everything he was telling me, how he feel, and this, that, and the third, and da da da. He literally copied and pasted and sent to her. So you got the, you gave that nigga la coochie. That's, you got finessed out your la coochie. That's what you got finessed out of. For being dumb, you got finessed by a nigga. And you want to fight me. I'm telling you, I'm sitting in this relationship suffering because this nigga is a flirtatious nigga. And you gonna go behind my back and let yourself suffer. That's exactly what you get. Being dumb. So me and her realized, you know what I'm saying, the situation was dumb. Well, she really realized. Because at this point, I fought out of my respect because I thought you was my friend. That's why I fought you in reality. So at the end of the day, we ended up just making amends or whatever, and we went outside and we was chopping it up. So he came up to the both of us and he was like, oh, y'all cool now, y'all cool now. We like, yeah, because you the one that started everything. Like, you're a liar. Like, you're a whole bold-faced liar. You're really lame because you stood in my face and knew me and this girl was in class and you decided to go behind my back to talk. Yes, I did snap on him. Now, let's just be clear. I snapped on him for sure, but I really snapped on her because it's just like, bro, you supposed to be like a homegirl. Like, you, and then you ain't tell me time we was gonna, I wanted to talk to you about it. When? Before or after you got caught? Let me know. Math ain't mathing with me, sweets. But yeah, that was the time I had got into a fight in high school, y'all. Like, life was just life for me. Like, life was definitely lifing for me. Like, I don't understand why people been trying me when I was young, but I guess that's just what they was on. So it is what it is. Comment down below if you had a high school fight, because I want to know your high school fights. I love hearing about high school fights. They be so crazy because I really be wanting to know how y'all high schools and how y'all lives get down. But make sure you comment down below. Make sure you thumb this video, and make sure you turn your post notifications on so your phone can beep, buzz, vibrate, and do whatever it does when your girl posts another video.